Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekly Pick a Card Tarot readings for the week of May 8th. If we haven't met, my name is Sydney, I'm the tarot guy next door, and I use my occult knowledge and intuition to help guide you towards the life you want. I'll be doing 5-card open readings, and here are the decks that I have for you. We have the Light Seers Tarot with Amethyst, the Tarot de Marseille with Blue Aventurine, and the Classic Rider-Waite-Smith with Carnelian. We also have 4 different Oracle cards to choose from 4 different decks. So go ahead and pick which tarot deck and which oracle card resonate with you the most. It's totally fine if you're drawn to more than one. And of course you can pause this video if you need more time. As always with collective readings, take what resonates with you and leave aside what doesn't. If you want to jump straight to your reading, you'll find timestamps right below. And with that, let's go right to the readings. Alright, group 1, let's see what we have for you for this week. You know the deal. I'm going to throw down all 5 cards. This is the King of Swords. Nice card to have at the top of your reading. Oh, geez, especially accompanied with the 9 of Cups. Like, all of this is so cool, especially with the Empress at the bottom of the deck. I'm not even a little bit worried about this 3 of Swords. Let me just frame this correctly for you. Is this good? Yes, it is. Group 1, while staring at your spread, I was reminded of that Thanos meme, the toughest decisions require the strongest wills, that one. Because it looks like it looks like a good week for you overall. I think that something to keep in mind for you is that when you decide to go on an endeavor, kind of nodding to the 8 of Cups here. When you decide to do something and to go forth with on a path, you're also saying no to a bunch of other things, which can lead to the, which might explain the 3 of Swords here. And just as an aside, we have 2 9s and 2 3s if we count the Empress, which is interesting if you're into numerology, you know, just pointing that out. But I think that it's important to remember that you can't do it all. And also, the 9 of Wands, which I will be clarifying shortly, I'm reading it as how it's important to remember how strong you are. And remember that just because you can't do it all, it doesn't make you weak. It just makes you human. I mean, none of us can do it all. So try to keep that in mind, but with the, it's funny too, because you have so many good cards, like the 9 of Cups, many readers call it the wish card, myself included, and it looks like you're kind of moving towards something that is what you want. Try not to focus on the things that you're not doing or the disappointments that decisions like this might come about, but really focus on the abundance of what it is that you're creating. Honestly, that is what that's kind of what I have for you. I did say that I was going to clarify the 9 of Wands. It is possible that the clarification card will just say, you know, don't forget how strong you are, but let us see. And we have the Sun. Yeah, listen. Don't the fact that you can't do it all is a feature, not a bug. Again, this is a clarifier for the 9 of Wands specifically. Yeah, don't forget that you can't do it all, and that this is supposed to be a feature, not a bug. So enjoy the process. Yeah, that's all I can really say without looping. So I'm going to end it there. Thank you very much for trusting me with your reading. And you can use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle card reading. I'll see you there. All right, group 2, let's see what we have for you for this week. Lots of people in this spread. I'm just doing it by eye here from muscle memory. Is that well framed for you? Ooh, it's a little low. Give me a second. There we go. Group 2, First of all, there's so many people in this spread that I don't really think it's worth the effort to try to dissect who is who in this reading. I don't think it really matters. Obviously, I have the usual bias of reading the middle card as you, but again, it doesn't really matter. I think the overall vibe that I'm getting from this reading is a new phase in an endeavor or project, which with it brings about new challenges. And I think you're being reminded that, this is kind of a meme phrase. I've used it many, many times on this channel. New level, new devil. And to remember that if you, first of all, remember how awesome you are. Second of all, remember that with just patient diligence, you can accomplish you can overcome these new challenges. And remember that it's a feature, not a bug. The other thing that I wanted to point out is, with the exception of the page of coins here, all the people are pointing in this direction, from the 5 to the 10, which is what's giving me the impression of a new phase. Just remember that sometimes when you have new challenges that you weren't expecting, there's a temptation to retreat into your comfort zone. I would invite you, based off of this reading, to fight that urge as best you can, and to really patiently, diligently just keep putting one foot in front of the other, and just remember that sometimes when we change phases, when we accomplish a milestone, and then set forth from that milestone onto our bigger goal here, that brings about new challenges, and to just keep that in mind. And that's a feature, not a bug. And you got this. You're basically everything here gives me the impression that you're capable of surmounting this challenge, that you're well surrounded. And again, just remember to be mindful of the urge and resistance to retreat back into your comfort zone. I don't think that's necessary for you, group 2. So that is what I have for you. Thank you very much for trusting me with your reading. If you, there's no if you. You can use the timestamps to go to your Oracle card reading. I'll see you there. All right, last but not least, group 3. Let's see what we have for you. Interesting. The devil in the middle of your cross and the chariot at the bottom of your deck is a very interesting combination. And I'm a little low. Let me just bring all of this up like that. This should be well framed for you. Yep. Group 3, the phrase that can sum up your reading is don't get cocky, kid. I have the feeling that I have the feeling that you're extremely capable, with the chariot here, the champion at the bottom of your deck, binding the whole reading together. So that's great. But I have the feeling, based off of these cards, that it's like you've been so reliant on your own abilities that there's a habit or thought pattern or a way of doing things that you are leaning on that is not serving you right now, which is the temptation of the devil here. And also verified, also confirmed, or both of these cards are pointing in the same direction, is what I'm trying to say, with the King of Coins reversed, pointing to a lack of practicality. And I think, the most straightforward way to read the 10 of Wands into this reading is that you're trying to do it all on your own. That might not be the case for some of you, and honestly, that's part of the reason why, well, you wouldn't know, but I looked at these cards for longer than I looked at these cards for longer than I thought I would, because I was trying to come up with other ways to interpret this 10 of Wands at the bottom of your cross here. But I think that regardless of what this burden is, I think that there are ways to unburden yourself. Whether it is actually, finding the people around you that you don't think are as good at doing the thing as you are, and realizing that maybe if someone else does it at 80% instead of me doing it at 100%, that frees that energy up for me to do other things. But the overall reading, and especially with the two of coins at the top here, like, again, all of your reading is upright except for the King of Coins here, but that devil in the middle of your cross is really alluding to, tricky energy. I call it the temptation card, and I'll give the mandatory disclaimer that the chains around these people's necks are loose fitting. They can take these chains off whenever they want to, so you are not stuck to the situation. And this is reinforced by the Eight of Swords here. So basically, another message of the Eight of Swords is that whatever change that you're being invited to do, you don't need to do it gradually, but you're being invited to slowly but surely reorient yourself. There's some kind of habit that you're stuck in that has gotten you to this point with great success. It doesn't reduce your capability of dealing with the challenges that this week has in store for you, but it is something that you're best trying to find alternatives to. And you don't need to make that change overnight. Just keep that in mind, and you can reorient yourself in a way to flip this King of Coins upright. Wow, that last part flew out of me, and I ended on a mic drop. So I'm going to end that there. If you don't want to watch me pick up your reading, you can use the timestamps to jump ahead a couple seconds. I'll see you at the Oracle card portion. All right, it's the Oracle card portion. This looks well oriented like that. Yeah, that'll do. All right, Group A, your Egyptian god is Osiris with Death and Rebirth. Well, this is a pretty clear invitation to, you're being invited to make moves this week. And the funny thing is, this blends in pretty well with all three readings, so I don't even need I don't even feel the need to add caveats or disclaimers depending on the group that you pick. Basically, this week is a week to make a clean break from the way that you've been doing things up until this point, and to really march forward towards what the next thing is. I just am reminded that Mercury will station direct on Sunday, so this might be a preparation for that, but to kind of facilitate that process of transformation within yourself. Group B, your card is the North Node, the future. Well, just keep your vision in mind and remember what this is all about. Remember that this is a long game. Remember to play this week as a marathon, not a sprint. And don't lose sight of your big why, of your big dream, Group B. Group C, your card is the Wanderer. This is I Ching hexagram number 56. This might be the first time I've ever drawn this card. But regardless, the keywords are traveling, adventure, movement, coping with unfamiliarity, a pilgrimage, aloneness, broaden your horizons. Holy shit, this is another, all of these so far have had a similar theme. They all fit very well with all three readings that I gave for different reasons, but I think the one that leapt out to me was coping with unfamiliarity. Just remember that, there's one reading in particular that coping with unfamiliarity is really, really, really well suited for. But for all of you, embrace the uncomfortable and remember that, we're new level, new devil. I said that with one of the readings as well. Yeah, I don't think I can add more without looping. So I will move to Group D. Your card is Conception. And the text under it reads, The frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness to our origin, the place where everything in creation begins. It helps us to remember the infinite potential and possibilities of this space and what we can manifest through our own focused awareness and intention. So I think I'm reminded of the saying Zen mind, beginner mind. Just remember that because I was drawn to, bring our consciousness to our origin, and that seems to be a central theme of this. Just try to consider this week a clean slate and try to look at it with beginner's eyes to see what you can create this week. I think that's a key angle for you to attack this week with Group D. So that is what I have for you. If you like this reading, please like this reading. It really does help me out a lot. And I don't have much to add. Thank you so much for watching. You have a great week. I will see you soon.